They say it only takes one careless moment to change everything. For Sarah, that moment came when she closed her eyes, just for 5 minutes. What happened next will leave you speechless. Sarah was only 23, but life had already taken a heavy toll on her. Raising her baby boy, Daniel, all alone was not what she had planned. His father had left before he was even born, and Sarah was left to shoulder every responsibility. She worked long nights at a small restaurant and cleaned offices in the mornings. By the time she got home, she could barely stand. Still, she pushed herself because she wanted Daniel to have a better life. That particular afternoon, Sarah had just finished folding laundry and preparing a small bottle of milk. She placed Daniel gently in his cot. "Mommy's here," she whispered with a tired smile, "just let me rest my eyes for 5 minutes." She sank into the couch, her body begging for rest. And before she knew it, her eyes shut. At first, everything was calm. The gentle hum of the ceiling fan filled the air. Daniel laid on his back, staring at the ceiling, cooing softly. But within minutes, he grew restless. His cries started softly, but soon they grew louder and sharper. Sarah stirred a little but didn't wake up. The tiredness was too deep. Daniel, curious as most babies are, rolled onto his stomach, grabbed the edge of the cot, and tried to pull himself up. His tiny hand slipped. In an instant, he tumbled over the side. The sound of his body hitting the floor echoed in the small apartment. Daniel's cries grew piercing, full of pain and fear. But Sarah still slept. Across the street, Mrs. Johnson, the elderly neighbor, was arranging her basket of fruit. She had raised 6 children of her own, and she knew the sound of a baby in distress when she heard one. She frowned. That baby's cry doesn't sound right. Without hesitation, she dropped her basket and rushed across to Sarah's apartment. She knocked hard. "Sarah! Sarah! Are you home?" No answer. The baby's wailing grew louder. Fear gripped her heart. She pushed the door, it wasn't locked. Inside, she found Sarah fast asleep on the couch, completely unaware. And there, on the floor, lay little Daniel, red-faced, screaming in pain. "Oh my goodness!" Mrs. Johnson gasped, scooping him up into her arms. She examined him quickly. Thankfully, apart from a small bruise on his forehead, he seemed okay. She shook her head, her heart pounding. "Sarah!" Mrs. Johnson called, shaking her by the shoulder. Sarah, awake and in shock, blinking in confusion. What happened?" Mrs. Johnson's voice was serious, almost trembling with anger. "Sarah, your baby fell out of his cot. He could have cracked his skull or worse. Look at him." Sarah's eyes widened in horror as she saw Daniel in her neighbor's arms. She rushed over, tears streaming instantly. "Oh my God! Daniel! My baby, I'm so sorry." She kissed his forehead again and again, her hands trembling as she held him close. But Mrs. Johnson's face was serious. "Sarah, this is not just about being tired. This is about being responsible. That child depends on you every second. You can't afford to be careless, not even once." Sarah broke down, sobbing. I didn't mean to. I was just so tired. I thought I'd close my eyes for a minute. I didn't know I'd sleep so deeply." Mrs. Johnson softened her voice, though her eyes stayed firm. "My dear, you are human. You need rest. But you must find safer ways. Ask for help. Don't carry everything alone. One small mistake could change your life forever." That night, Sarah sat by Daniel's cot long after he fell asleep. She couldn't help but remember the image of him lying on the floor, crying helplessly. She whispered, her voice shaking. "I promise you, Daniel, I'll do better. I'll never put you in danger again." The next morning, Sarah went to Mrs. Johnson. Instead of pride holding her back, she swallowed it and asked for help. Please, she said softly, on the days when I'm working late, could you check on us? I can't do this alone anymore. Mrs. Johnson smiled gently, patting her hand. That's what neighbors are for. You're not alone, Sarah. None of us truly are. Weeks passed. Sarah began making changes. She arranged her schedule better, asked friends to babysit when needed, and made sure Daniel's cot was safer. Slowly, she realized motherhood wasn't about doing everything perfectly or pretending she could handle it all. It was about love, responsibility, and knowing when to seek help. Daniel's fall became the painful reminder she never forgot. And though it haunted her, it also saved her from a far worse tragedy. Sometimes, exhaustion can blind us to our responsibilities. But one careless moment can put a child's life in danger. Parents and guardians, your little ones need more than food and shelter. They need constant care, constant attention, and above all, your presence. Don't wait until it's too late. Thank you for watching this story. Kindly share your thoughts about this story with me in the comment section. What lessons did you learn from this story? Kindly share this story to your loved ones. Give this story a thumbs up also and subscribe to this channel if you've not already done so by now. Until I bring another story your way, bye.